The Chiefs may be forced to release Travis Kelce this offseason due to an almost $20 million cap hit. This would be the highest cap hit for a tight end in the entire league, given that Kelce at times struggled this year to get open and to create separation. Ocho, is this the end of Travis Kelce, who I believe is the GOAT tight end, and his relationship with the Chiefs?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes, Kelce, and all other players that are part of that team that are going to be there next year, not those that are on a one-year deal. Travis Kelce is a team player. He's a team player, and he's making so much money off the field, he's not going to have a problem taking a pay cut. He's not going to have a problem doing that because he's going to make up for whatever he doesn't get off the field because he has so much going on. Listen, this is the same situation with Tom Brady. Who was Tom Brady dating when he was taking pay cuts in New England to make sure they kept the team around him?
Yeah, but he ain't married to Taylor yet. He might as well go and propose then if he wants that time.
Trust me, he good. Trust me, good. He's dating a billionaire. I don't know. I
don't know. Tied up.
I think he has no worries. He has so many endeavors going on off the field. Okay, I have no problem. I'm a team player. I'm a team player. To come back, to keep the band together, to be able to get some other key offseason acquisitions, I have no problem doing that. And coming back and giving this thing another go. He can do that. So he's not one that's hurting for it. So he'll be fine.
I can see him going to Hollywood. He has that look. He has that swag. I can see him parlaying what he's been able to do in football on the field and parlaying that off the field. He has that. The question is, Ocho, as you get older, and Travis is flying all over the place. He wants to be with the lady of love of his life. He's going to have to make a decision how important is football to him.
You can't go out like this. This can't be the last taste. This can't be the last taste in your mouth. Not a game like this. Not like that.
Ocho, the thing is about sports, it's funny how sports work because everybody like, you can't go out like that. And then you come back and it's worse this last time. You're like, well, I can't go out back. And it just keeps getting worse and worse. There is no guarantee. It's not a situation where you get like a John Elway. I win a championship, Super Bowl MVP, I'm done. Or Michael Strahan. They win they take down the Giants. The Giants take down the Patriots, and I do shout. The bus. The Super Bowl is in Detroit. He's from Detroit. The bus stops here. So it's not always like that. We don't always get that Hollywood ending, although we might want that Hollywood ending. The question is that I think he's going to have to sit down and ask himself, how much more do I want to give? What do I have? Because let me ask you a question, Ocho. He comes back. What can he do that's going to change the perception of what you think of Travis Kelce? Me personally, I think he's the GOAT.
I'm not sure what's going to change. I just know and understand the chemistry and continuity that him and Patrick Mahomes have. Patrick Mahomes having that security blanket, obviously, when they bolster and help and get that offensive line together, I think things will be a little bit more easy for him. The chemistry and the continuity obviously between the crew. Noah Gray, Xavier Worthy's going to be back. I'm not sure about Hollywood. I'm not sure about Hollywood Brown and DeAndre Hopkins, but whatever other pieces they bring into that table, and I know that game left a bad taste in everyone's mouth, including Travis Kelce, and I definitely believe he's not going to want to go out like that. And not it's one thing to lose, but belt to ASS, that's not what they want. I'm not going to curse him.
I believe in order for him to come back to Ocho, he's going to have to take a pay cut.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna have to take
I don't think he have a problem with that. He ain't going to have no problem doing that.
You say that. Because we say that because it's not our money.
Yeah, I mean, listen, and just understanding how much he has going on, understanding the individual that listen, if this comes out, just Taylor Swift looked like the type of woman. Anyway, oh, baby, they want you to take a pay cut? So from 20 million to 10, you know what? Here you go to 10 they're going to take from you. She looked like that type. Just to cut your $10 million check right there on the spot. That's just me. They say God loves the cheerful giver.
Eagles pinned their ears back. They got after Patrick Mahomes, forced a couple of turnovers, forced 3 turnovers, a pick 6, an interception right before the half, and that was the difference in the ball game. What did you like about what you saw from the Eagles in this dominating victory? Don't let the score fool you.
Yeah.
40-22, no.
Hey,
that was
listen,
a
the game of
dominating
football,
victory.
especially in the Super Bowl, most of the time, is one up front. It's one up front, it's one in the trenches. That's where everything starts at. The Eagles' defense, Fangio didn't have to do any blitzing. He didn't have to do anything exotic except line up and rush the pass because the front four got the job done all night. I'm not sure what the center was doing. I'm not sure what the right tackle and the left tackle were doing all night for the Kansas City Chiefs. They played, you know what? I'm not going to talk about them. I'm gonna credit the Eagles defense. The defense played phenomenal football. They tried to roll out. If you notice, not too many times did Patrick Mahomes just drop back. You notice how they rolled him to the left a little bit, rolled him to the right a little bit. They kind of reset the pocket a little bit to give the offensive line a little help with Jalen Carter, trying to nullify him a little bit, get him to reset his feet and have to start all the way back over, as opposed to just coming upfield and bull rushing. They couldn't get nothing done. They weren't able to run the ball. Obviously, they made them one-dimensional, which is why the game turned out the way it did. Now, on the flip side of the ball, the Chiefs did a great job. The Chiefs did a great job in nullifying the run and not allowing Saquon Barkley to hit his head off the goalpost and being efficient in the run game, but they weren't able to stop the pass. Jalen Hurts, very good in the pass. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this might be one of the few games where he threw for over 200 yards, where they didn't have more rushing yards, and they actually won the goddamn game.
Yeah. Well, the defense gave very good field position, Ocho. And when you look at it, the problem is that, they did a great job of stopping Saquon, but they couldn't get off the field on third down. You see, your job is not complete until you get off the field on third down. Now you had him on third down. Trent McDuffie, what did he do, Ocho? He got an unnecessary penalty. Now they go and get a touchdown. See, you got to be smart. You can't put yourself in situations like that. Give the Eagles, and see the thing with Kansas City, they ran into the same thing, and I tweeted it earlier. This game has the exact feel of the Chiefs Tampa. The Chiefs couldn't run the football. Okay, the Bucs says, we know y'all not going to run the football. Guess what? They play shell coverage, cover two. Well, you're not going to run the football. You got to. If a team is playing nickel, you got to run them out of it. They got small guys. They're playing a 4-2-5. You got to run them up out of it. And when their inability to try to even attempt to run, now Big Fangio says, okay.
Yeah, most definitely.
They walk right into the trap.
I thought the game would have been a lot better. I thought it would have been a lot better, obviously, with the creativity and how special Mahomes is. But Mahomes was never able to be poised. He was never able to gain composure and be comfortable in the pocket. The entire night, they had him running for his life. Even with the tricks that they tried to do and getting him out the pocket, rolling him out a little bit. But what it did, it made him one-dimensional, especially with one side of the field. That's how the first interception happened, because he lost vision of how you say his last name. I don't want to butcher it. He lost vision of where he was at because he was rolling that way. And obviously, when you're rolling that way, you're not staring at that side. You're staring at what's coming towards you to where you can throw the ball. Didn't even see him coming. Interception goes the other way. The other way. The game was a very good game from all three phases for the Chiefs. All phases. Offensive, defensive, obviously special teams as well, not giving up any big plays. There was some garbage time work from Mahomes and Worthy that really didn't affect the game in any way. But congratulations to the Eagles. And I think I'm gonna tell you why the Eagles won. It was the good luck kiss I gave Sirianni before the game started at the media day. That's what it was. That's what it was.
Ocho, normally what happens if you go back and study the playoffs, when you get into the game and you lose, whatever your weakness was, it gets exacerbated. What was the Eagles' problem for the most part of the year? Pass protection. Now we got an opportunity to see it. The same thing that when they lost. Now, the last time they lost the Super Bowl, they lost to the Buccaneers. They went out and signed Joe Thuney. Now, if I'm the Chiefs, I'm gonna go get Trent Williams. I'm gonna overpay for him because I've got to get a left tackle.
Right.
I've got to put Joe Thuney back at left guard. I've got to do that because it does not matter how great you are. Look, this is what, if you look at this game, look at what the Eagles did. and who they did it to.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the most dominating performances that you're going to see. Yes, there have been other games. You go back and look at the 85 Bears. That was Tony Eason. You look at what we did. That was Kerry Collins. But when you look at what they did to a historically and generational and a transcendent quarterback, this is one of the most dominating performances that you're going to see. Kind of what like the Seahawks did to Peyton Manning. Kind of like what the Bucs did to Patrick Mahomes. They dominated it. I mean, it wasn't close yet. You're going to look at like 40-22. But at one point in time, the game was 40-6. The game was 40-6. And for all intents and purposes, the game was over at 24-0 at the half. Because the people are like, well, you saw what Tom Brady did. No,
that wasn't that goddamn Atlanta defense out there. That happening.
No, bro, one team had like 11 plays. The other team had 12 first downs. So I didn't see any semblance that there was something that they could do. You see they come out and try to run the football. They ran it for a play, and then guess what? They go right back to throwing it.
I think Tom Brady called it out. They hadn't gotten the first down. I think if I might be wrong, a mistake, you can correct me if I'm wrong. They didn't get a first down until damn near almost. Oh, they didn't pass the 50-yard line, Unc. The 50-yard line. Was it the whole first half and not until the third? I'm like, well, what the heck is going on?
Yeah, it was. I mean, you got to give the Eagles credit. Mahomes didn't play well. Credit that. It wasn't that he didn't play well on his own. The Eagles had a lot to do with that. That front four was relentless. That front four was relentless. Give credit. Give credit to Sweat. Give credit to Smith. Give credit to Jalen Carter. Give credit to Williams. Give credit to those guys. Jordan Davis. They did an unbelievable job of doing what they were supposed to do. Our job. And guess what? Even when he was able to skate, they chased him down. They didn't give up. They were relentless in their pressure, and they earned this victory. Now, I don't know if y'all noticed, but hey, they built the last.
Hold on.
You look at what they got. They built the last. They got Hurts on an easy contract. They got their 2 wide receivers. They got them sold up. Now you're gonna have to do something with Braun.
You got to bring him back.
To make a decision. It's gonna cost you a little bit of money for him.
He's on 1 year. He was special. He was special all season long for them. You have to bring him back.
All pro, and he was a defensive player of the year candidate. So Ocho, if you got Saquon tied up, your offense is tied up. You got Lane Johnson locked up. You got Mahalia locked up. You got Dickerson locked up. Your center was going to be in the second year. He's on a rookie contract.
But look at the age. Look at the age. If you look at the landscape of the team on both sides of the ball, almost everybody's young. You obviously have a few veterans that are up in there, but the majority of the team is young. This team is going to be together for a while, and then you have to think you still got the draft. And then you still have off-season acquisitions that Jeffrey Lurie and High Roseman are going to make to even better the squad.
The question is, there's a guy out there that says he wants to be traded.
Oh, they're not going to be able to fit it. They're not going to be able to pay nobody else.
I'm just saying.
But look, hold on. Stay with me real quick now. Look what they were able to do. Now, if I'm a GM, if I'm Harry Roseman, if I'm Jeffrey Lurie, look what they were able to do with the front four they have right now, the young bulls. You know? Okay. Do you really need, based off what you saw tonight against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, do you really need to bring in a Myles Garrett?
You got to keep but hey, you can't stand pat. They're gonna look. I'm looking to improve. Now you're probably it's gonna probably be too much to give up to get him. And like you said, at right now for the next week, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm going to enjoy this. If I'm Jeffrey Lurie and High Rose, if I'm Jeffrey, I'm saying Howard, don't bring me any ideas. I don't want to hear ish. I want to enjoy this. If I'm Nick Sirianni, Howard, don't tell you're gonna lose your offensive coordinator. It looks like Kellen Moore has the job unless something unforeseen happened in the last 24, 48 hours. He has the job in New Orleans. So you're going to have to find a new play caller. But the fact of the matter is that what they have, they're very, very good, well-coached team. Sirianni, when you showed up with that sweatsuit, told me that you didn't think you were going to get the job, but you got the job. You've proven your worth. I was wrong about you. You got to the Super Bowl, you lose your coordinators, and everybody's down and out on you. But you know what? You go back and you get Vic Fangio, and that defense was outstanding. Kellen Moore did a great job of calling the game, running the football all year long with Saquon Barkley. Jalen Hurts doing what he needed to do in order to, I'm throwing for 121. I'm throwing for 148. Now in this ball game, y'all give me a lot of single high coverage. I'm going to make these throws. And then when the coverage got tight, he started picking them up, putting them down. So now that's the problem that you're up against when you got these mobile quarterbacks, Ocho. You run past them, they jump out the window and they hightail, and all you're doing is looking at tail lights. This was a dominating performance. The Eagles fans rejoice. Did Jalen Hurts win the MVP? Who won MVP? Was it a defensive player? Was it Sweat?
I mean, it should have been Hurts. Who won MVP? I mean, if it was going to be somebody on the defensive side of the ball, hell, the whole goddamn defense should have got it, the whole front line. Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Oh, Hurts just won it, Ocho. He just won it. Yeah. But it was an outstanding performance of what we saw today. They dominated this ball game, and that was. But when I looked at this ball game, Ocho, I like, and we talked about it Thursday night.
They do.
I said the Eagles have the better team.
Player for player, they do.
If you look at it player for player,
it's not even close.
It's not even close. Maybe the only position is quarterback, where you could say they got a better play. Other than that, you look at wide receivers, look at the running back, you look at the offensive line. Okay, Chris Jones and Jalen Carter, that's a push. Look at the linebackers, Zach Brown, boom. Okay, maybe McDuffie and Mitchell, maybe McDuffie's slightly better, maybe that's a push. But if you look at the other positions, so if you look at the starting 22,
right,
with the exception of maybe two positions,
and usually in this case, most of the time, if the offensive line didn't play so bad, Patrick Mahomes' decision making wouldn't have been as bad as it was. They made him they made him very
uncomfortable risk
from the beginning of the game. So when you talk about which team is better, Patrick Mahomes has been so good since he's been in the league, regardless of how good the personnel is on both sides of the ball for the goddamn Eagles. Patrick Mahomes, most of the time, has always been good enough to overcome that. He's been good enough to overcome the weaknesses that they have offensively. But tonight,
Kendrick Lamar, Drake lawsuit references Drake lawsuit during the halftime show. Kendrick, boy, he petty. That joker brought out Serena. You saw Serena out there, quick walk?
Serena out there in Compton. Yeah, okay.
No. Serena and Drake used to date.
Yeah, I understand that part. Remember, Serena grew up in Compton now a little bit. She was out.
Yeah.
Hey, remember she crip walk after she won a match? I forgot what year that was.
Wimbledon.
Okay, yeah.
Ocho, rate the halftime show on a scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, it was a 10. It was a 10.
I ain't going that high, Ocho.
Huh?
I ain't going that high.
No? I mean, if you understand how everything came about and how a song that is not even really a song, it's not even a song.
It's a diss track.
Yes. And you performing it at the Super, man, I don't know.
Oh, he squeezed out. He got everything out of that orange.
10. How do you not?
He got everything out of that orange.
Yeah.
All the juice.
Everything.
Ate the inside. Used the zest, the peel for the zest.
Right.
Yeah, he squeezed. He got everything out of that one.
Yeah.
He got everything out of that one.
Hey, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
No, anyway, I know we talk about Super Bowl performance, obviously what it was rated, but I think at some point the feud that these two are having, Drake is still a big enough artist to be able to withstand this and come back.
Yeah, for sure he can.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. I mean, even with that being said, Drake is still the bigger artist.
Yeah,
Drake still does more money. Drake just did 1 billion streams.
Yeah.
The fastest to do 1 billion streams or something. Drake is Drake.
Yeah.
He got involved into a contest that he probably is not good at. Probably should have just left well enough alone.
This is the thing. You talk about a battle in a contest that there have been many that he would probably beat. There would be many contests that he would probably win. But this was the boogeyman. This was the boogeyman in that instance when it comes to going back and forth.
Ocho.
Yeah.
If he wins, what does he get out of winning? He's Drake. He's the biggest rapper.
Yeah.
But he can get a lot out of losing.
Mm-hmm.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
If you go back and look at it, Nas beat Jay-Z. Jay-Z let it go. Look at what Jay-Z is.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. At some point in time, what Master P? Who's that? Hold on, told me. Master P and Gilly. I sat down with Gilly. And I said, bro, as a matter of fact, you the second person in 48 hours to tell me. He said, boy, sometimes they'll trick you out your position.
Oh.
Drake tried to almost let the man trick him out of the position.
Right.
Now wait, let it go. For what? Okay, you got me.
Right. I'll let you
let me go and put pen to pad, come out with some more hits. Boom. It's when you go back and forth. Now you allow your listeners' ears to hear that and go back and forth. Ooh. Yeah, Drake. Damn. You probably should have left that one alone, cuz. Hey, Ocho, it's kind of like boxing. And don't get somebody gonna get you. I ain't gonna say you might not lose, but somebody gonna get some licks on you.
Yeah. Well, you know what's funny? What's funny about it is this is the first time you've ever seen someone actually get these kind of licks on someone this big, someone of that magnitude.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't really.
But see, and what made it now you suing and all that? That's what people looking at it, bro. It's a diss track. It ain't that serious.
Yeah, I think there's some stuff.
What a machine and they you allowed him to say these derogatory and think about my character, blah blah blah. Well, y'all was going back and forth.
Yeah, there must be some.
So
I'm not into it. I'm not invested into it that much. I'm just on the outside.
Hell no. Ocho, the Jets have informed Aaron Rodgers they'll be moving on from him. According to Jay Glazer, Rodgers flew back to New Jersey last week to meet with the Jets about the future with the team, only to be told the team would be moving on. Now, if that means he'll be a June 1 casualty or allow him to sign with any team in the league March 12th if he decides to continue. Given that Aaron Rodgers made an effort to fly back to discuss his future, all signs point to him to continue to play. It just won't be with the Jets. Ocho, Raiders need a quarterback. The Steelers could potentially need a quarterback. The Saints could potentially need a quarterback. Cleveland could potentially need a quarterback. The question is, does any of those places sound appealing, or does Aaron Rodgers walk off into the sunset?
I don't think he walks off into the sunset. The fact that he even flew back to New Jersey to take that meeting to see about his future as far as, playing with the Jets concerned, it doesn't happen. All right, Steelers, you can take that out the equation because what's not going to happen is you're not going to come in with the attitude that you have, and that at that organization with Mike Tomlin, that ain't happening. And saying you're not coming to mini camp, you're not coming to training, whatever it might be, taking retreats and doing all that, saying some of the stuff you say through the media, it's not happening. What other team did you say? You said the Saints,
Steelers, Browns,
Steelers, no, Browns,
Raiders.
Okay, Raiders is a good one. Raiders is a good one. He'll be back. He'll be back on his end where he's from, not too far from where he's from. Vegas is skipping a hop right away from California. Saints. I'm trying to think. Chris Olave, Alvin Kamara, Rashid Shaheed. I like the Saints. I think I like Aaron Rodgers and the Saints.
Browns.
Is he better than what Derek Carr? Is he better than what they have right now in Derek Carr? I mean, you never know. You have him a year removed from his Achilles injury.
You got him 2 now.
2 years, 2 years removed from his Achilles injury. Let me see. You said the Browns?
Yeah.
I think Jerry Jeudy would like that. David Njoku would like that. Nick Chubb would like that. I'm not sure how the fans would feel about it. Chat, what y'all think? What y'all think?
That's the only places I can think. I'm trying to, rack my brain. The Broncos have their quarterback. The Chargers have their quarterback. Obviously, Mahomes, in Kansas City is entrenched. You go to the north, The Ravens have their quarterback. The Bengals have their quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the Steelers, the Browns. You go to the AFC South.
Right.
Richardson is there. Tennessee, Levis, but they have the number 1 pick. Are they going to take a quarterback?
No.
So that's going to be that. So for me, Ocho, I
hold on.
I just think he have to make a decision, bro. Are you going to be serious about this? Because I don't know how, not showing up and mandatory means, to mandatory means different things. No, that's mandatory doesn't mean different things to different people. Mandatory means exactly what it is required.
What about this? Chat. Tell me what y'all think about this. He goes from New Jersey, New York, to the Big Apple, New York. The Giants need a quarterback as well. What do you think?
That's a possibility.
That
but I'm sure they're going to be looking, because here's the thing: it's only temporary.
Yeah,
it's like Ocho. It's just like that little tire. You put that little donut on.
Right.
Now that's not meant for you to drive around for months and months.
Yeah, it's gonna get you where you need to go though.
Get your ass to. It's gonna get your ass to the shop. Uh-oh.
Well,
these two, Ash and Jordan, in my room. Man, give me the lights off. They done in here, Ash over here. I don't even know why I allowed to come in my room.
Oh, man.
Ocho.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Wow.
Jerry Jones says he's shocked the Cowboys aren't playing in the Super Bowl. This is a shocker not to be here, Ocho, not to have the Cowboys here. Jerry says he's also shocked because they made Dak the highest paid player in NFL history. Had he known that, he definitely wouldn't have paid Dak, blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying what the man said. That's what he said. I ain't say it. He said, I just read what he said.
Why did Jerry keep, I know, because sometimes people say I'm annoying, at times, and I know I can be, but Jerry got me beat. I'm really not delusional with some of the things that I feel and say. I say things in a joking manner. I think Jerry truly believes this. I think he truly does. I don't think it's an act. I'm shocked that we're not. What are we talking about? I don't listen. I love the Cowboys. I'll say it again. I love the Cowboys. I love the fans. I love the players that are a part of the Cowboys, and they just have one issue. There's one common denominator that has always been in the way on why they haven't been able to, succeed or have success in a very, very long time. I don't know what else I can say that hasn't already been said.
He's shocked. Yeah, you're not shocked. So let me ask you a question. So is this the most shocked you've been since you last played in the Super Bowl? Or was it when you had those 10, 11 Pro Bowl players? Were you just as shocked when you end up getting upset at home by the Giants? Were you as shocked as when you had Dak and y'all was 13-3 and you lost in the first round? Or what about last year when Green Bay blew the doors off you? Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to understand, Ocho, the level of shockness in which you shocked. Is this the highest of shocktivity?
Oh, that's a good one. I like that. The highest of shocktivity. I like that.
I'm just trying to figure out because who had the Cowboys? Y'all can't stop the run, Jerry. You cannot stop the run. Y'all gave up 40-plus points to a team that only won like 4 games, the Saints. Everybody just ran the ball down your throat, and then you had false hope. You win a couple of games, you say, we ain't out of it yet. Y'all was out of it. You been out of it. Y'all delusional. And unfortunately, guess what? The problem is now the fans see, like, I ain't finna be delusional anymore.
Right.
We suck. Let those players be delusional. And they should. The players should be delusional. They should believe that they have an opportunity to win. Sterling and Shannon Sharpe are the first 2 brothers in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
That's live. That's live. That's live.
He's at honors right now, but he's coming over as soon as he gets done with his. He's going to come over. Wow. It's been the hardest thing that I've ever had to do is to sit on this news because it means so much for my family. For him, it's been a long wait. It's been a lot of prayers. It's been a lot of tears. And finally, I remember having a conversation with him over the last couple of weeks. I said, we're going to be a trivia question one day. The first two brothers that's elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Sterling and Shannon Sharpe.
It's beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Woo-wee.
Whoa, hold on, man. We can't start no show without no prayer.
Okay.
Hey, y'all do me a favor. Link hands with the person closest to you for me, please. Hey, y'all doing too much talking before the prayer now.
Man, they gotta get right.
Let me know when y'all ready. All right, bow your head now. And repeat after me, all right? Dear God.
Dear God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For all of us being here.
For all of us being here.
Being able to see 2025.
Seeing 2025.
Allow the rest of the year.
Allow the rest of the year.
To be fruitful.
Be fruitful.
Blessing.
Blessing.
Let tonight's show.
Let tonight's show.
Be one to remember.
One to remember.
To my people of New Orleans.
To my people in New Orleans.
I fucking love you.
I fucking love you.
Amen. Hey, I just have a question before we start. If cursing offends anyone, I do not fucking apologize.
Thank you again for the Southern University Human Jukebox. They are incredible. If anyone wants to donate to the band's foundation, the link is pinned at the top of the chat. I am going to be the first one to donate. I am going to give $25,000 out of my own pocket.
Oh. Hold on.
I'm gonna spend up that Boost Money Mobile. That Boost Mobile money, I'm gonna spend it.
Okay. So if you donating 25, right?
Yeah.
So I got to match what you doing, huh?
You gotta match it.
I do?
You ain't got to.
I mean, but I should.
You probably should. You make Rail match your tip donation. You got mad at Rail. I saw, where Rail? Talking about, you got Rail, you gotta donate, gotta tip $1,500.
Right.
Okay, you gotta match it.
Well, shit, I'm gonna give 25,000 too, bitch.
So Southern University Human Jukebox, you got 50,000 coming from Unc and Ocho. Hello, New Orleans. Thank you for everyone that's here in person and watching at home. Thank you to all our sponsors, Boost Mobile, Row, and Homes.com. Thank you. Make sure you check out the merch table that's located upstairs. We've got Super Bowl shirts, hoodies, and hats. Make sure you stop by on your way in or out. This Nightcap episode is brought to you by Boost Mobile. Visit your nearest Boost Mobile store or boostmobile.com and join their nationwide 5G networks today. And now it's time for Newscap presented by Boost Mobile. We got to start off with the great news. The 2025 Pro Football Hall of Fame class announced. Former Minnesota Vikings, Chiefs, Bears, and Panthers defensive end Jared Allen.
Oh.
Former Saints, Eagles, Raiders cornerback Eric Allen. Former Chargers tight end, my boy, Antonio Gates. And last but not least, my hero, my role model, Sterling Sharpe. Ocho,
yeah.
This is a really, really small class. Mm-hmm. This is the first time, I can't remember a time when they put so few in.
Yes, sir.
There were a lot of, I think people thought Eli would be a first ballot.
Right.
Luke Kuechly would be a first ballot. Mm-hmm. There are some guys that a lot of people thought. It seems like to me, the committee went back and says, hold on, We putting guys in, a lot of guys in the first ballot. That's supposed to be for rarefied air.
Most definitely.
I mean, guys, guys like a Lawrence Taylor. And I was talking to some voters last night. I'm like, why are y'all waiting to put Tom Brady in? What's the discussion?
Right.
Some guys are worthy of not even being discussed.
Right.
But a class of 4, that's a rarity, Ocho.
I mean, it's rare, but what the committee has to understand is the Hall of Fame is for an elite class of players.
Yes.
And then you think about some of the people that aren't getting in, they didn't play long enough. Their resume isn't what it should be. And if you look at the landscape of what's been going in, sometimes they don't really meet the requirements.
Yeah.
It more so looks like who you know, and based on relationships, some people getting in ain't supposed to be there.
It seems like the committee definitely taking a step back and say, let's make sure we evaluate this thing properly and make sure we're putting the right people in. Cleveland Browns star defensive ends Myles Garrett have expressed his openness to exploring opportunities with another team, including the Philadelphia Eagles. Garrett, who's been a cornerstone of the Browns defense since being drafted first overall in 2017, has reportedly requested a trade, citing a desire to compete for championships as the primary motivation. When asked about the possibility of joining the Eagles, Garrett responded enthusiastically, stating, Philadelphia? Who in the hell wouldn't want to be in that destination? This has fueled speculation about the potential to bolster the Eagles' pass rush, especially considering they need to rejuvenate their defensive front. Ocho, do you see the Eagles giving up the draft capital and potential assets to get Myles Garrett?
Hey, listen, the way Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie have been doing things and doing everything the right way, very strategically and methodically, and building the team that they have, drafting well, and making the right key offseason acquisitions, I can see him doing it. I can see him doing it. But also, it damn wouldn't be fair with what they have.
Yeah, it would.
You got Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
You got Jalen Carter.
Yes.
You got Jordan Davis. Then you got Saquon coming back.
Yes.
You got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and that ain't fair.
Whoa. Okay, this is what it's going to require you to get Myles Garrett.
What?
I'm going to need Mitchell, your number 1 corner. I'm going to need Devontae Smith, your number 1 wide receiver. I'm going to need 2 first-rounders and a 3rd.
Jesus Christ. Hey,
think about. Hold on. Y'all saying no. Think about what Seattle got for Russell Wilson. 2 first, a 2nd, a 3rd. Noah Fant, your starting quarterback, and the starting defensive lineman.
What y'all think?
And Russell, do y'all believe Russell is a better player than Myles Garrett?
No. So y'all making the trade. You getting ready? See, they said no. They say no.
I've got to get. Look, I've got to get something. I want a number 1 corner to pair with Denzel.
That was robbery. What you just said, though. That's robbery.
Do you believe you're getting the premier edge rusher that's under the age of 30?
But look what you just asked for. Keon Mitchell.
You think I'm
Devontae Smith?
Who you think I'm the Dallas Mavericks? You think I'm about to give you Luka for free?
You can get something, but not what you just asked for.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go on somewhere else. Hey, Detroit, what y'all got? What about Jameson Williams?
No.
What about Jack Campbell?
No.
Well, damn.
Nobody else is tearing their team apart, especially teams that were in contention.
You still got Laporta. You still got Amon-Ra. You still got the 2-headed monster in the backfield.
Then you lose Jameson Williams. You ain't got nobody to take the top off the coverage.
Well, you need somebody to stop the coverage or for the other opposing team. Did you see what Jaden Daniels did when he went in there?
Okay, you're right.
I think it's going to look. It's not going to just be draft capital. I'm going to need starting assets. I'm going to need something that I can plug and play.
That can make a difference right now.
Yes, because you're getting a difference maker. The guy was Defensive Player of the Year last year. He was on the ballot again this year. So you're getting a premier guy that's the last 4 seasons. He's had at least 14 sacks. He's had double-digit sacks 6 of the last 7 years. I got to get something for it. Those guys don't grow on trees.
I don't see the defensive end position similar to the quarterback position. The quarterback position always has the ball in their hands.
Right.
Now, I know a defensive end, a very good one like Myles Garrett, can change the dynamic of a game at any point. But I don't see them commanding and taking the game over the way a quarterback can.
Myles Garrett, Jalen Carter, Zach Braun, Jordan Davis.
Yeah, but what you just asked for Myles Garrett is robbery with no mask.
Nolan Smith Jr.
No.
N'Kobe Dean.
No. I keep my squad together because my squad I got right now, we're in the
else,
Super Bowl.
Okay. Well, don't worry about it. I'll take him somewhere else. I'll shop him somewhere else. Since you didn't want him, I offered. You didn't want him. Hold on. Josh Allen won the MVP? How?
What did he say? What he said?
They say Josh Allen won MVP.
What?
Hold on. Huh? Hold on. Time out. Chad, help me out. How can he be the MVP and not the all-pro quarterback? You remember I told you? Y'all remember it happened to LeBron? LeBron didn't win Defensive Player of the Year, and Mark Gasol, was second team all defense, and he won Defensive Player of the Year. Huh?
Wait, are y'all sure?
I'm shocked.
They look at your phone. Look at your phone.
I ain't got my phone. You got your phone. He said he got it right there.
Nah, that's bullshit. Hell no.
Ocho, right?
That's bullshit.
I'm shocked.
That's crazy.
We talked about this. I said, Ocho, I don't know how. I'm trying to wrap my mind around. Because here's the thing, guys. These are the same 50 men and women that voted for the All-Pro team. So how do you not vote Josh Allen, the first team All-Pro quarterback, but you vote him MVP? It makes no sense.
It makes no sense at all. And it's not a testament, but the games that they play. Yeah. They pick and choose who they want. Regardless to the accolades, regardless to your resume and the numbers speak for themselves based on what Lamar's done.
And I'm not saying, look, had Josh Allen was first team all pro, Ocho, I don't think we have a disagreement.
Right.
Because we said, Ocho, he was first team all pro. Mm-hmm. The only thing I was certain of, and I said, Ocho, unless something funny goes on, the first team all pro quarterback is normally the MVP. Or the first team all pro. Think about it.
Is this the first time this happened? Was someone that wasn't an all-pro but won the MVP?
Yes, because sometimes, no, not for the quarterback. Not for the quarterback.
Okay.
That'll be the equivalent. Derrick Henry is second team all-pro running back, but he wins Offensive Player of the Year. People go like, how? I'm saying, how?
They wanted to give Josh something. They wanted to give him something.
Man, this ain't no handout. We don't do no handouts here.
You say they don't do no handouts in the NFL, but they just handed him MVP.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Ocho, I didn't.
That don't make no sense.
Somebody said DEI. Come on, man.
That's a good one.
DEI.
That's a good one.
Yep, it's true. We just got on the nose. Josh Allen won the MVP.
That's crazy.
You know what? I can't wait to get some of the people that's going to come in here.
Yeah.
That was at that.
Right.
I wonder what the fans, I know Twitter's going bonkers. Because for the most part, everybody thought it was a foregone conclusion that Lamar was going to be a back-to-back, a three-time MVP.
Yeah.
But I'm not the only one. Kevin O'Connell won Coach of the Year. No surprise there.
Right.
Minnesota Vikings, what he was able to do, lose his quarterback. 14-3.
Yeah.
Outstanding record.
Sam Darnold had a good year.
No surprise there. But I am shocked. I'm beyond shocked.
You know what? I'm not even shocked, but that's just how the machine works.
Damn.
That's how the machine works. They pick and choose.
Well, they chose him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey.
I don't know who doing the picking and the choosing, but they chose him.
I can tell you who doing the picking and the choosing.
Coming to the stage next, former NFL head coach Matt Patricia.
Matty!
Damn, Coach. God, Coach drawing up like wet polyester. Coach, you all right? Dang, Coach.
All right. How we doing?
Doing good, Coach.
It's good to see you.
You looking
great.
Good, man.
Thank you.
You looking great, man.
I had to get all that off.
You look good.
Thank you.
You look darn good. Go ahead. You can take it off time. Go ahead. You want to start it off? You want me?
Well, you look good. It's obvious. Let's talk about the obvious.
Yeah. Go. I mean, what's really going on?
Yeah, just interesting year. You know, kind of Coach Belichick and I doing a little coaching on YouTube, which was fun.
Right.
Wrote a TV show that that we got to get out and kind of do some fundamentals, all that stuff that we like to talk about. So it was a lot of fun. I got to see Chad every week, which is great. My guy, get his McDonald's every single day. Make sure we get you fed right.
Absolutely, Coachy. What's next as far as coaching is concerned? Is there anything that you like to do? Is there anything on the table from a coaching perspective?
Yeah, right now I'm kind of just I'm trying to be dad. I got 3 kids, and I spent last year in Philly, and that was great. My family was not with me, and my oldest son, he went from like here to here between Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I was like, I need to be home. So I'm doing this, which is great. Get to hang out and talk football, which I love to do, and get to see a lot of people that I haven't seen in a long time. So it's a lot of fun.
Coach, is it hard?
One question before you go. MVP tonight.
Yeah.
They gave it to Josh Allen.
Yeah.
With the numbers and the stats that Lamar Jackson put up this season.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
I'm going to go the other direction. I'm going Saquon Barkley.
MVP?
Saquon Barkley. I mean, this guy was doing stuff. I sat with my son, and he ran, defensive guys, right? So we appreciate this, right? So he ran, and I saw him do a reverse leapfrog over another human, like a professional athlete. Right?
Yeah.
And I looked at my son, and I said, you will never see that again. That is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. And I think he has been unbelievable, right? And I think everything that he's brought, and you guys can appreciate, you guys are great. You guys are, obviously, like, I'm humbled to be even sitting with you. You guys are unbelievably great players. And you all did this on your teams, and we know what great players look like, right? Those are the guys that elevate everyone around them. They're the guys that take good players and make them great players, the guys that are average players and make them good players and bring that team together. And I think he's done that in Philly. I think his humility and his excitement, his general joy that he has to watch his team succeed, I love it. I love that.
Coach, how do you build trust with a player? Because they say, this is a players' league.
Yes.
And the players seemingly are getting younger and younger. And it's different. You can't coach players like you could in time. We talk about this all the time. You can't coach players like we got coached when we was in the league and when we were growing up. So, but how do you build that trust with players?
Yeah, I kind of look at, like, I'm on like my 4th generation of NFL player. My old heads when I coached linebackers was like Teddy Bruschi, Mike Vrabel, Junior Seau, Willie McGinnis, Roosevelt Colvin, Larry Izzo, Chad Brown. I'd walk in my room. I wasn't sure if we were going to coach or fight. Like, I didn't know, because it was like alpha dog central. But I think the biggest thing that everybody wants, they want to know that you're going to help them get better. They want to know that you're trying to do everything you can to elevate their play and do everything you can to, grow them as young men. And I think that's what we got to do. And, look, you got to make sure you go in and tell them how much you appreciate them, how much you respect what they do. You guys are different. Like, I can't play. So, I can coach, but I'm not in between those white lines, so I need to do everything I can do, and this is what kept me up late, to make sure that you can go out and perform your best. And that's why I didn't sleep every week, because I was like, there's no way I'm going to let, you go in between those white lines and do everything that you do at an unbelievable level and risk everything that you risk, and make sure that I didn't give you every tool possible I could to make you be successful, because I just want to see the joy in your face when you get that done.
Right. Sunday, we got a big game, Super Bowl 59.
Yes.
You've been around the game of football for a very long time.
Yes.
Offensive side of the ball, defensive side of the ball. If I'm a bet man, who I put my money on?
Yeah. I am Eagles all the way. Okay. I'll say this. So there's 2 teams right now in NFL Super Bowl history that have had the #1 defense and the NFL's leading rusher. Philadelphia's one right now. The other one was the '92 Cowboys, and they won. So, look, defense wins championships. I'm on the couch with the defensive guy, so I'm okay. But I think this is where the defense comes through, and look, Kansas City, Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, like those are guys keep me up late at night. But I like where Philly's at right now. I like their physicality, the toughness. I think it's going to be a great game.
It's going to be a good one.
How you think, Coach? We just presented the NFL Coach of the Year together. How do you think Coach Belichick is going to do at the college level?
Well, I'll tell you what, I know North Carolina's excited, and I know those kids are excited. I think those kids are going to be coached in a way that, look, he's going to take the extreme complex and he's going to boil it all the way down into something really simple that they can understand, and he's going to prepare those guys for the next level, you know, and I think that'll be a tremendous, amazing opportunity for those guys to learn from him.
I just told him when we were just chit-chatting, I said, Coach, I saw that you went on the road and you went to the home visits. I said, you know, I don't do home visits, but he said, I've been on the road for a minute.
Yeah.
So it's just hard for me to think about Coach Belichick doing home visits with kids in high school. That is crazy.
I mean, imagine you're in that home, and here comes Coach Belichick walking through the door. So, you know, that's got to be a great experience for all of them.
Coach, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Coach Matt Patricia.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks so much. Great to see you.
And now,
Hold on.
coming to the stage, Stephen A. Smith.
I was like, he a stripper or something, the way y'all call him.
Hey. You see the walk? That's that money walk. What they do, baby?
That's it.
Hiring?
Good to see you.
Y'all hiring? What? I want to be on first take. We got the people here in front of you, so I want to get this out.
Oh, you've been working out too. My dog been working.
What day? I want to make sure y'all hit us. What day can I join First Take?
What day you join First Take?
What day?
The day I tell you.
Yep.
Okay. We getting somewhere. That's enough.
Any news you want? Anything you want to share?
No, not yet.
You sure?
I'm good. Life is good. Life is good. I can't complain. It's good to see y'all. Thank y'all for coming out with my boys. It don't get no better than what they doing, and we know what the hell he been doing. So it's all good. I'm in good company tonight.
We've been talking about this, and we've been going back and forth.
Right.
Josh Allen won the MVP.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson was first team All-Pro quarterback.
Yep.
Which is, I'm surprised. I'm shocked that it happened. What are your thoughts?
I'm kind of glad Lamar didn't win it.
For real?
Well, you gotta.
Let me explain.
It's the setup. That's the setup.
You got 2 league MVPs. Every other individual in NFL history who's had 2 league MVPs have won a Super Bowl championship. Lamar, if you will be quiet and let me explain, I will make sure you understand my explanation. What I'm saying is, if he had won 3, then the heat on him next year would have intensified even more. And we'd highlight his failures more instead of appreciating his greatness more. Josh Allen winning the MVP, well, congratulations. Now what you gonna do? Because we gonna talk about you the same way we talked about Lamar Jackson now. Because now you are MVP. Where's your chip? And if we're not gonna talk about him not having a chip, we can't do that to Lamar Jackson either. That's why.
I like it, but I don't love it.
I understand it.
I like it, but I don't love it. I understand your philosophy. I understand how you flip that. Brilliant. That's what I expect from you. But nevertheless, we can't look down the street and condemn a man about what may happen tomorrow and not applaud what he's done today. Because that man deserves his flowers right now, regardless of what may happen tomorrow and how we think about him. He was the most valuable quarterback in the NFL to his team, to our league, to his offense. Am I right or wrong, Mr. Stephen A. Smith?
I'll give that to you, but allow me to retort. We walked into this season and we looked at Baltimore and the acquisition of Derrick Henry, and we said they're monsters. They're gonna win the AFC. We saw Josh Allen. He lost Stephon Diggs. He lost Gabe Davis. He had a rookie wide out in Keon Coleman. He didn't get Amari Cooper until the middle of the season, and he was balling out. Up until the last week of the season or so, Shannon and I, along with everybody else, was debating who was the MVP. We were leaning towards Lamar Jackson, but it wasn't like we had summarily dismissed Josh Allen because he had played on an elite level and he didn't have as much to work with. So you're absolutely right with what you're saying. if we're able to look at Lamar Jackson and say, there ain't no need to discuss nobody else because nobody else was even close. But we know that wasn't the case with Josh Allen because of the personnel that he was working with, the absence of expectations, how he had exceeded expectations. And because of that is why I feel the way that I feel.
Looking at this game, Kansas City going for an unprecedented three-peat. You got the Philadelphia Eagles that were here just 3 years ago. This is the second time they're here in 3 years. We know what's at stake. We got Saquon, who had an unbelievable season, offensive player of the year. You got Jalen Hurts, who played unbelievable, had to run turnover, and they ended up losing that ball game. If you had to bet your money, who do you like in this game on Sunday?
Well, you don't bet against Patrick Mahomes. You don't bet against Patrick Mahomes. However, if you want to roll the dice and take chances, because there's more money out there to get if you take a risk, you look at Philly. Philly collectively is the better team.
They are.
You look at, and then we talk about Saquon Barkley, 2,005 yards rushing. He's been electrifying. But we didn't mention this enough. Do y'all know their offensive line averages 6'6", 328 pounds?
Some big boys up there.
I mean, these brothers plug holes as wide as Broadway on a Sunday morning. If you can do that against Kansas City's defense, Philadelphia Eagles will win the championship. But I think you got to do that because Patrick Mahomes on the other side. You're going to have to do that in order to win this game.
Hold on, he didn't really answer the question, man. If you were a bet man, who you putting your money on?
I would bet on Philly. I would take a chance to bet on Philly.
Okay.
But I recognize that I'm taking a chance. But I would still bet on Philly.
Right.
Shannon, look at your brother.
Where?
Right there.
Hey! What they do, Hall of Famer? Boss man, what they do, baby? Good. Good to see you. How's it going?
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, pal. No. Get back like you were. Yeah, my knee's bad. No, my knee's bad. Thank you very much. It's been a long day and even longer trying to get here from over there, but thank you for staying. Hopefully we can get you out of here shortly because I got to get up early in the morning again. But a tremendous day. It's an honor and a pleasure to follow that guy for a change. And being the first brothers inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
That's right. Don't you cry up here. Don't do that. I want to know, you have to tell the people out here, understanding and knowing all you've been through, where y'all come from, what it took to make it to the NFL, the struggles having to lead a game early, what this night means to you.
It's kind of interesting, Och, because I never wanted to be in the Hall of Fame. I never expected to be in the Hall of Fame. This is not something I asked for. This is not something I wished for. This is not something I prayed for. Because when I left the game, the only thing anybody ever talked about is what I didn't do. Now, I'm okay with that. I am. I'm okay with what I put on film. I'm okay with that. But so I never had any expectations. This is not like Christmas to where you know you want a skateboard or you want a bike or you want them pair of Jordans. This isn't like that. So for me, today is kind of interestingly surreal because I didn't want this. This is not something I wished on myself. But, you know, being there and seeing my friends that are in the Hall of Fame,
that were more excited than seem like I am right now, but they were genuinely happy. My good friend Terrell Owens, I hope I'm not doing anything wrong by putting Terrell's business in the street, but T.O. cried. T.O. and I go way, way, way back to before he even got in the league. And he was so happy for me that he and I had about a good 45-second moment to where we kind of got wrapped up in each other and the history and the time and all that. So it's been a really good day, Oach. But let me tell you, I haven't gotten there yet. It's gonna take a little more time to get there.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I know, hey, it's been a long time since you've seen that guy speechless over there.
Your little brother loves you, man.
Yes, he does.
When he talks about you, he talks about the only man that he's ever hoped to be, to measure up to, because he knows he couldn't do it. And anybody that knows you and anybody that knows him knows how he feels about you. Me personally, you know how much love I've always had for you.
No doubt.
Let's get some tissue now. We need some tissue up here.
For those of you who might be too young to remember, we religiously talk about Jerry Rice being the greatest receiver in NFL history. Those who know football, before T.O., before Randy Moss, we would all mention him because he was that sensational of a wide receiver. He was big time. And so to then watch you transition into the business before your brother did, you did a hell of a job talking the game of football, teaching the game of football, working with cats in the industry and showing us the way as well, and had that pedigree. There's so many people that followed, that played in the NFL and now doing television. You were doing it before most, and you were doing exceptionally well. And so for me to see you have this day,
Thank you.
is well deserved, and I'm just happy for you. It's long overdue.
Thank you.
But it's here. Congratulations. Congratulations.
I think the thing is why I get so emotional and people ask why. I say because I had GPS to get to where I'm going, because I had to follow him. You see, he did what he did with no navigational system. He had no MapQuest. He had no Google. He had no instructional manual. I had all of that because I got to walk in his footsteps. A lot of what I learned, almost everything that I learned from him. My grandfather was very, very hard on my brother. And I didn't understand why until my grandmother said, Barney, why are you so hard on Spanky? That's what we call him. He said, Mary, everything that little one is going to learn, he's going to learn it from him. It's his job, because we're not going to be around Mary long. It's his job to teach him how to be a man. It's his job to teach him right from wrong. He's going to follow everything that he does because that's what he sees all the time. For my brother to do what he's done with no guidance, with no instruction manual, to get to where he got, to get me to where I got. You guys have heard me say, the only man I've ever wanted to be was him. He was my hero. He was my role model. He taught me to shoot a basketball. He taught me to throw a football. He taught me how to catch. He taught me how to tie my shoes. I'm not the man that's sitting before you today. I watched everything that he did. I hung on everything that he said. And then you heard me tell this story that he's only 3 years older than I, but he's more like my father. My sister's 8 years older. She's more like my mother because everything that they did was what a mother and a father would do for a child.
I'm not here. I'm not the man that I am. I'm not the person that I am. I'm not the friend that I am. I'm not the father that I am. Without seeing how he did things. We're brothers, we're a lot alike, but we're very different. Because I've always had to fight. Everything came so easy to him. I was so small, they called me Pee Wee. And I could never understood. I never understood why I couldn't beat him in certain things. He was always prouder of things that I did as opposed to what he accomplished. He was much more happy when I got drafted than he did. He went first pick in the seventh round. The seventh pick in the first round. I went seventh round, 192. He was so excited. He would just call and say, man, y'all don't know what this moment means. Not just to our family. My mom is going to be extremely excited. I'm extremely excited. Our high school coach who coached my mom, who also coached he and I. Bro, man, God heard prayers I didn't even know he was listening to. There'll be a time that you and I'll have a conversation. We'll talk, mapping everything out, guests that you want to bring, and the party and the entertainment that you want. Bro, I've said it before. Would give every dime, take myself out of the hall just for you to be in. I measure my life in summers. I don't say years, say how big I pretty got, hopefully pretty healthy. I got 20 summers left. I'm good now. I'm good. Love you. There's only two men, guys, I've ever told that I love. My son, my brother. Lord have mercy. It was so hard to keep this a secret, Stephen A. When I got the call, and I had to get him to come to my home, and they wanted to go do it in Glenville. I said, bro, I hadn't been to Glenville in 13 years. He gonna know something up if I tell him to come down there. So I lured him to the house. Still, he hadn't seen me in my home in 6 years. So if I call and I tell him to meet me somewhere, he's gonna think something's wrong. Like, what's up, bro? He's like, what's up? I said, man, just come to the house. He's like, I'm in town. He's like, you all right? I said, yeah, bro, I'm good. I just, I'm in town and you close by. And he had surgery on his eye. He had a detached retina. He had a bubble placed in his eye. He almost lost the vision in his eye about 3 months ago. And said he had some blurred vision in his eye. And he went to the doctor, and the doctor said, we got to perform surgery. They couldn't perform surgery that afternoon because he had already eaten, so they got him in the next morning. So that's what we've been dealing with. Had a lot on my plate dealing with that. Because I worry, I'm the worrier of the family. I think that's my responsibility now. But bro, I'm so happy. I'm so proud of you.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. It's hard to explain because you don't want to put your emotions on someone else. But and I think that the easiest way to explain it is we've all experienced, I think, Christmas. You have a list and you're hoping that you could get 2, 3, or 4 of those things. I never wished for this. I never wanted this. And I said it tonight out loud for the first time, and the reporter was like, what do you mean you never? I'm like, man, you don't understand. I only wanted to do one thing, and that was play. I didn't want to be an all-pro or a pro bowler or all that up. I just wanted to play. And I got to do that for 7 years. And I'm good. And then the Hall of Fame comes around and they're like, okay, you've been out 5 years. You know, Sterling Sharpe is on the list of 25. You know, he would be a shoo-in if he played longer. But they never talked about what I did. And I was like, if it wasn't enough, wasn't enough. I'm okay with that. I slept real good before I found out I was going to the Hall of Fame. And I slept good after finding out. But I really didn't have any aspirations on wanting this. It is a tremendous honor. I know exactly what that means. I went through it with him, and that was the greatest athletic achievement of my entire life, was going on that journey with him through the Hall of Fame. Me going in will not exceed when he went in. It won't do it. It's not going to come close. That was probably the happiest I'd ever been, because I knew where he came from going to Savannah State, a college he said he wasn't going to go. That's one of the times that I told him what he was going to do. So I knew how hard he fought. And I mean, there's not a lot of opportunities for us in sports to where I know what Stephen A's journey was like to get here, or I know what Chad's journey was like to get here. I know what his journey was like. And all my prayers were for him. I'll embarrass him about one story. I paid all his bills. He was in the NFL. I paid all his bills until my daughter was born, because that was mine, because I wanted him to always have better than what I had. He had a Mercedes before I did. He couldn't afford one, but he was driving one. And then he wanted to go to a beach party, and he drove my new one and wrecked it.
I junkyarded.
Yeah, that's what he said. I junkyard your car, dog. Wait, what? So you have to understand that we're brothers, but we're one side of the same coin. We'll say different things differently, and we'll do different things differently, but we think alike. And God is truly, and I will tell you this story, and I'm gonna be quiet. A guy said to me, if you go in the Hall of Fame, are you gonna do like everybody else and thank God because you think God wanted you to be a Hall of Famer, if there is a God? And I said this. I said, my own brother stood up and said, if you would have played longer, there's no question in my mind that we would be the first brothers in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That was in 2011. Since he said that, I have not had one catch, I have not gained 1 yard, and I have not scored 1 touchdown. And we are the first brothers in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. So you tell me if there's a God and that I should give him some glory. And so, for me, that is what I'm probably most proud of. Is everybody used to say, Shannon, stop trying to be like him. You can't be like him, Shannon. Stop trying to do what he does, Shannon. You can't do what he does, Shannon. Stop trying to imitate him, Shannon. Be your own man, Shannon. I am so happy to say he didn't follow me around. I followed him.
Class of 2025 Pro Football Hall of Famer, Sterling Sharpe. Joining us now, Nightcap, Michael Pittman Jr.
Sir, sorry, I'm fumbling around here. Here we go.
Bro, how you doing?
Good.
You good?
Appreciate y'all.
Congratulations on a great season individually, not the season that you wanted to have team-wise. What do you guys need to do in order to have success where you're in the playoffs or you're contending for a championship?
Yeah, I mean, that's a really, really tough question, but
Wait. Be honest. Don't be politically correct.
Right.
Not here.
Okay.
Be straight up, like we in the barbershop now.
Yeah. All right. So we have to have those tough conversations as, as men, right?
Yes, sir.
And we need to call guys up, right? Like just like not like calling them out, like just like call them up to like our
We need
standard.
more. We expect more.
Yeah, and that starts with everybody. Like that starts with me. That starts with every single person. And we just got to find ways to close that gap because there's so many games that like,
you were close.
like we were so close and we just let it slip.
Now I got a question. Now you speak about that gap, right? And obviously everyone's goal at the beginning of the season is you want to compete to be in San Francisco this year coming up, next year, obviously.
Yeah.
What gaps do you think need to be filled in from an acquisition standpoint, offensively or defensively, that can help you guys get to that end goal?
Honestly, I think that we have a lot of our core guys.
Right.
And like before I can focus on anybody else, like I got to focus on everything that I got to do. Like I didn't have my best season. I mean, now there are some things that happened, but just like focusing like all on myself, like I have to do things to produce in any type of situation, injury, like just like guys are like out there hurt too. So,
right.
So,
Okay.
There was a lot made of the situation. I think it was the Texans game. Your quarterback scrambled. He ended up taking himself out of the game. I guess there was a team meeting. There were conversations that were had. The coach ended up benching him for a game, not a week. He got benched one game, a couple of games, and then I think Flacco filled in or whomever came in for him. What was those conversations like? Because I'm telling you, as a player, have been in the locker room, has been a leader, that's frowned upon when we feel a guy left us out there to dry. Because the one thing is, it's kind of like it's nothing compared to the military. So military folks, don't get me wrong, but it's like we leave no man behind. It's that we're out here together. We're going to fight together. We're going to win together. We're going to lose together. But the one thing we're not going to do is leave the other guys behind. What was that conversation that you had to have with your quarterback? Because I believe he's going to be there for an extended period of time, Michael Pittman Jr. And you guys are going to need him.
Yeah, we actually had all of our team. Leaders from every single position group, and we kind of had an hour-long meeting, and we talked about everything. Like it wasn't just centered around that. Like it was everybody. But I think that was a good learning experience for him to know that is not the standard and that he can't do that and stuff like that. So it's all just learning. And I think that he handled that period of time well because everybody was like crashing on him. Right. So we saw him show up earlier. We saw him put in more work and like kind of do the things necessary to kind of earn everybody's trust back.
I like that. Did you notice the difference from that time that before that to the time that happened to after that? Did you notice a noticeable improvement in him?
Absolutely. Like from like just like after that benching, I felt like he came out and he really was playing a lot better.
You know, I got a question. People at home, people that are watching, we always get to see the finished product, right? The finished product of a player and what they do. You get to see them on Sundays. What do you think you need to work on as far as your game is concerned and how you can better being a better receiver? Because I know you're not where you want to be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that my next step is being able to recognize coverage at a level that a quarterback can, right? Because like, I mean, like I can see coverage, but like I see like half of the field.
Right.
And I'm not as good as like a Patrick Mahomes, obviously, because like he can read the entire field and do it quickly. So just getting like to that point.
Yeah. Yeah. Anytime, before you go, anytime, if you get to that point, the game slows down tremendously.
Yeah.
No matter how many bluffs, no matter how many disguises they do, you already know what's coming based off tendencies and down and distance. But when you get to that point, boy, you're going to love it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. When you go outside and you line up, are you looking across the field at the other side to see what's going on over there?
No. So well, I mean, I'm really focused on corner,
Safety.
nickel, safety.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And then like if it's corner, backer, safety,
Right.
and like if it's nickel, dime, or
Right.
or like if that backers like are like mugged up, like
Right.
it's going to be pressure. But rarely do I ever get to scan the whole field
Right.
because like I'm thinking about, hey, like I'm going to give him like
they
this
give me this, I
move
got it.
right
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
and if he brings his hands up, like I'm going to do this. If that doesn't work, then I got to do that.
Right.
So yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Like, we broke it down, okay, down and distance, area of the field, for who they have on the field, and it would dictate kind of the coverage. Now, they might switch it up,
Oh, yeah.
but down and distance, where we on the field, we know 85% of the time they like to run this. Down and distance, area of the field, where we are, we backed up, we at midfield, we're in plus territory, we're in the red zone.
Yeah.
So that gave me a little bit of an insight. Now, I was different because I learned as a tight end, because I'm looking at fronts. They're going to play certain fronts. They're going to play certain coverages behind certain fronts.
Yeah.
Now, you're not really looking at that. So now if you like take a look back, like, okay, they got 4 down linemen. Okay, blah, blah, blah. They're playing nickel, 4-2-5. Okay. They're playing dime. They're playing 4-1-6. Okay. It'll give you a tip. It'll give you a heads up of what the potential is. Not always, don't go chasing ghosts, but you'll have that extra step. And you know, sometime a half an inch is all it takes between you being open or you being close.
That's all it is. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. So what you're doing down for the Super Bowl, what are you promoting?
Yeah, so I'm here with Toyota. I've actually been working with them for a whole year now. So we're down here supporting the future generation of athletes. And then they also have something for fans here at the Super Bowl experience where they can go sit in cars with team Toyota athletes. So it's a really cool deal.
That's dope.
Right.
That's dope.
Hey, Michael, appreciate you. Tell your dad I say hello.
Absolutely. Thank you guys.
Glad you're doing well, man. Congratulations. Continue success.
Oh, yeah.
And good luck next year, man. Hey, better when the Colts are in the playoffs.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Jaden Daniels, who's going to be the runaway rookie of the year after an outstanding season. He did something very, very unique that very few rookies have ever done. He's led his team to 2 road playoff wins as the de facto leader. He wasn't relying on his defense. They put a lot on his plate, and he ate everything. I expect to see big things from this young man in the future. Congratulations on a great season, Jaden. When you look at what you've done, the expectations now, you have to improve and build on what you've done. You can't become complacent.
For sure.
Because you understand what is expected of you now. Only because they're talking about, man, this guy, who's to say he's not a top 5 quarterback as we sit here and speak currently? What does Jaden Daniels need to do to improve to make sure this year wasn't a fluke?
Man, I just think, like you said, don't get complacent. And I think the veterans that I had, like one person I really lean on a lot is Bobby Wagner.
Okay, B-Wags.
So that's my guy, man. We have conversations. And he just teaches me little things. I remember shout out to him. I remember we played a couple games and a road game. We'll get back late. You tired, everything. And he pulled me aside like, man, let's go get in these tubs. So we up there 3:00 in the morning, making sure your body's back right. But just little stuff like that is never thinking that you know too much. There's always room to grow. So, I mean, outside you always get better technically, stuff like that. It's a blessing I get to be in the system that I was with Cliff another year.
Yes.
So I can improve on that within that system. But just learning how to be a pro. It's my first full off season. So it's okay, I got to figure out, have a schedule this is what I'm going to do. This is my ramp up period, OTA, stuff like that. And just always had the hunger to get better.
How do you block out the noise? Because obviously there's going to be a lot that comes along with what you've been able to do.
Yeah.
You're quarterback in the NFL. We know what comes along with the most important position in all of pro sports. So now the endorsements are going to come. Now more fame, more adulation, more praise. Everybody, hey, cuz, what's up? Everybody's your friend now. Everybody's a family member now. And as your mom said, she's like, look, I know the women are coming, but hey, my son got a Heisman pose. I got one too. I'm still farming them all out the way. How do you keep a level head and to understand that, yes, I understand what comes along with being Jaden Daniels, but I don't get outside of who I am?
Man, I just think it comes, like you said, support system, mom, dad, friends, family. Everybody knows me for me, and it's not here okay, let me ride his coattail and stuff like that. So that's a big part. But also, it's a time to play for everything. It's going to be a time to have fun.
Right.
It's going to be a time to go out there and party, make some money, do this, that, and the third. But the main thing, man, none of this happens if you don't ball on the field.
Right.
So that's the main thing. How do I get better to continue the success and knowing like, all right, first year is that like everybody's gonna have a full off season to watch a film for year two. So like, man, I gotta improve on different things and get better myself.
Listen, when you talk about that improvement, right? You guys were able to make the NFC Championship. What pieces to the puzzle do you think you guys need to add to make your job a little easier? So the bulk or the weight of getting things done isn't always on your shoulders.
Yeah, man. I think for us, it's like, if you look at, I think I've seen some, like we got like 20 some free agents like that on the team. So I mean, we gotta bring some people back. So I think overall, just in general, man, we gotta get some people in. We gotta bring people back. But I focus on my job, man. My job is to get better. Whoever they bring in, we hold them to this standard that we set with DQ and them set, and then let the front office do what they do.
Coming to the stage right now is the San Francisco 49ers all-pro linebacker, one of the best defensive players in all of football, Fred Warner. What happened this year? Because you guys were in the Super Bowl. You guys were in this situation just last year.
Correct.
This year, some injuries. What happened? What does the 49ers need to do to get back in this position, and what happened this year?
Yeah, I mean, everybody talks about the injuries, right? I think it just, when you go through the whole year, things just unraveled at the exact wrong time, I think you could call it, right? We thought we had a chance to really get back on track. Mid-season, we get Christian back, right? You know, we win a big game on the road against the Buccaneers. Buffalo, we think we can bounce back after a bad game against Green Bay. He gets hurt. We lose guys on the D-line. We lose Trent. We lose BA. Like all these injuries kind of just happened at the wrong time. And we just weren't able to continue to compete at a high level. So we got to get back, man. We got to get back on track this offseason, get guys healthy, and get that dog back in us.
Now, when you think about the offseason, right? Are there any pieces, any acquisitions that you see fit that can help and bolster the defensive side of the ball, the offensive side? Are you happy with the core guys you guys have?
I mean, I see Myles Garrett asking for a trade. So I'm like, hey, Myles, what's up, man? We were just jumping it up at the Pro Bowl. And now you're talking about you want to trade. Oh, no, man. I love my team. I love who we have, right? You're always looking for more pieces, more improvement. Of course, we need improvement going into next season, of course, based on the season we had. But I love everybody that we got in our locker room. It's going to take everybody just taking a look in the mirror and just taking that next step going into next season.